Alright, so we're now going to knot our microphones. Alright, so Will Grayson, if you have not read it, it's about two boys, both named Will Grayson, whose lives intersect. Will Grayson, is something going on that I don't know about? We're getting laughs online, it's like really great. It's amazing, you're all on drugs. So my Will Grayson is very lowercase and very angry. He has a best friend-ish named Maura, who is sort of his best friend by default, who wants to know much more about him than he's willing to tell. He is also in love with a boy named Isaac, who he has never met in person. I know that is shocking for any of you to think that that would ever happen. But sometimes it does on this thing called the internet. So in this scene, we are going to see Will dealing with Maura and her expectations of him, and then go home and chat with Isaac. I will be playing the internal Will as narrator. Anthony will be playing Will in the dialogue. I will be the poetry voice of Will. Just you wait. Amber is going to be Maura and dialogue. Emily is going to do a dramatic interpretation of Maura's poetry, and then Rainbow is going to be Isaac. What? Yes. She always asks me for her motivations right before we go on. And we do. I'm at work at CVS, shelving meditation. What an interesting image I just gave you. I'm at work, let's start all over again. I'm at work at CVS, shelving Metamucil in aisle 7 when Maura stalks in. She knows my boss is an asshole about me standing around and talking while I'm working, so she pretends to look at vitamins while she's talking to me. She's telling me there's something really disturbing about the word chewable, and then all of a sudden the clock strikes 5:12 and she figures it's time to ask personal questions.
Are you gay?
The fuck?
It would be okay with me if you were.
Oh, good, because the thing I'd be worried about the most is whether you were okay with it.
Just saying.
Noted. Now, will you just shut up and let me work, okay? Or do you want me to use my employee discount to get you something for your cramps?
I think there really needs to be a rule against calling a guy's sexuality into question while he's working. And it's not that I don't want to talk about it here. I really don't want to talk about it with Maura anywhere. Because here's the thing, we're not that close. Maura is the kind of friend I enjoy swapping doomsday scenarios with. She's not, however, someone who makes me want to prevent doomsday from happening. For the year or so we've hung out, this has always been a problem. I know if I told her about liking guys, she'd probably stop wanting to date me, which would be a huge plus. But I also know I'd immediately become her gay pet. And that's the last kind of leash I want. And it's not like I'm really that gay. I fucking hate Madonna. I know as soon as Maura gets home, she's going to dive right into her notebook of skull blood poetry, and I'm doing my best not to get a bad review. Maura once showed me one of her poems.
Hang me like a dead rose. Preserve me and my petals won't fall until you touch them and I dissolve.
And I wrote her a poem back. I am like a dead begonia, hanging upside down, because, like a dead begonia, I don't give a fuck. To which she replied,
Not all flowers depend on light to grow.
ooh, snap. So, now maybe tonight I'll inspire.
I thought his soil was gay, but maybe there's still a chance I can get myself some play and make my way into his palace.
Hopefully I'll never have to read it or know about it or even think about it ever again. There is a dangling I am waiting for me when I get home. I banish my screensaver and check what's up.
You there?
I'm wishing and hoping and praying.
All sorts of yayness floods my brain. Love is such a drug.
Please be the one voice of sanity left in the world.
You're there.
Just.
I wish I was there with you right now.
Really? Smiley face.
Yes, sirree, Bob.
And if you were here?
What would I do?
Smiley face.
Let me tell you what I'd do.
This is a game we play. Most of the time we're not serious. Like, there are different ways it could go. The first is we basically make fun of people who have IM sex by inventing our own ridiculous pornographic dialogue.
I want you to lick my clavicle.
I am licking your clavicle.
My clavicle feels so good.
Naughty, naughty clavicle.
Other times, we go for the romance novel approach. Corn porn.
Thrust your fierce, quavering man pull at me, stud.
Your dastardly appendage engorges me with hellfire.
My search party is creeping into your no man's land.
Baste me like a Thanksgiving turkey!
And then, there are nights like tonight, when the truth is what comes out, because it's what we need the most. Or maybe just one of us needs it the most, but the other knows the right time to give it. Like now, when what I want most in the universe is to have him beside me. He knows this, and he says,
If I was there, I would stand behind your chair and put my hands on your shoulders, lightly, and I'd rub them gently until you finished your last sentence. Then, I would lean forward and trace my hands down your arms and curve my neck into yours and let you turn into me and rest there for a while. Rest. And when you were ready, I'd kiss you once and lift myself away, sit back on your bed and wait for you there, just so that we could lie there and you could hold me and I could hold you. And it would be so peaceful, completely peaceful, like the feeling of sleep, but being awake in it together.
That would be so wonderful.
I know. I would love it too.
I can't imagine us saying these things to each other out loud, but even if I can't imagine hearing these words, I can imagine living them. I don't even picture it. Instead, I'm in it. How I feel with him here, at peace. It would be so happy, and it makes me sad because it only exists in words. Early on, Isaac let me know that he always finds pauses awkward. If too much time went by without me responding, he'd think I was typing something else in another window, or left the computer, or was IMing 12 other boys besides me, because I'm so in the man. And I had to admit that I felt the same fears. So now we do this thing whenever we're pausing. We just type,
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Until the next sentence comes.
So, I'm Christina Horner. I've been a fan of this show since day one, and I'm moderating this panel because I do this vlogging thing for real. But these guys have done a really, really fantastic job of
faking it.
So I moderated this panel a year ago, and that feels like such a long time ago. There's so many more of you here today. The show is over. A year has gone by since then. How do you guys feel?
I feel really amazing.
Good. Feel good.
A little bit sick. Drink your tea. You deserve it.
He's here even though he's a little under the weather.
No one touch him. Guess no one's gonna answer that. Well,
There's a sense of
yeah.
there's a bittersweet we're all friends, remarkably so, because that doesn't always happen on every project you work on. But there is also kind of the neat joy that the internet is forever. So the show will always live on and garner new fans, and we can all revisit it whenever we want. And there's something very amazing about that.
I think we all feel really proud of it and really happy to have been a part of it.
Yeah, and it's a testament to you guys. It's people like you that keep the show going even though it's over, you know? So thank you for that. Thank you.
Definitely going back and doing all of the commentary that's going to be on the DVDs and being asked all the questions about our year together helped us look back on our time and rewatch episodes we hadn't seen in a while. So it was really kind of crazy to look back on those days.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say thanks to you guys because like the process of doing this commentary and the interviews that you'll see in the featurettes and the DVD was just such a nostalgic journey back through like everything. And yeah, I mean, so much realized here. So, yeah, go. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think for a lot of us who do theater, we're very used to the kind of impermanence of working on a project and having it disappear from our lives, and there's something very, I think, wonderful and beautiful about it. Clearly it's staying with us because we're all here still, and you're all here still, but there's something really lovely about getting to do something for that long and getting to be so engaged in a story and telling a story to people and then kind of releasing it and letting people experience it as they will, but we kind of get to let it go and see what it continues to do now.
So the show was obviously wildly successful.
Hi, I can see you on the thing. They play really close up too.
The Star Kid lineup for the autographs.
Yeah!
I was the one having like the giant dance party.
I know, I have video of you and you're wonderful. You too.
I think it was really awesome.
Thank you.
I have like a beauty question for you real quick. So I dye my hair a lot. How long does it take for yours to fade?
It has yet to actually fade, and I did this earlier in June.
It's 3 or 4 coats.
Okay, how many times a day do you wash your hair? How many times a week do you wash your hair?
Like every other day. Or...
Okay, cool. Because I do like red, and like within like 2 weeks, it's like this weird coppery kind of weird.
Yeah, and you have to make sure like you
use the right shampoo.
Yeah, it's
too much. It's
irritating as all heck.
It really is.
Okay, so I just realized I didn't give you a tour of my hotel room. I'm back at the hotel for a little bit because I need to change and get off the scars because I'm really warm. And plus we're probably gonna be staying there till like the midnight for the rock concert. So here we go. So we have a mirror. Hi. There's another mirror in there. This is like all food. And my parents got me fruit. I'm happy. This is the bathroom. With all our stuff for bathroom needs. Yeah. Door. And then the closet. I've been hanging up my cosplay stuff in there. My mom has some stuff hung up too. Lovely. But I've been putting my cosplay stuff in here. And like slowly taking them out when I'm not using them. So that's my bed. That's my parents' bed. That's the TV with my paints in front of it. I think because they didn't throw that away. Table. More tables and chairs. Then view. That's pretty much it. And now I'm gonna go change and eat because I'm hungry and I'm tired. Whee!